We now have a good understanding of what blockchain is and what are different building blocks of blockchain network like distributed ledger, blocks, chains, consensus, mining, cryptography, etc. Let us dive deeper and understand Ethereum, which is one of the many blockchain protocols available to develop a blockchain network application. Ethereum was launched in 2015. It is an open source, blockchain-based decentralized software platform that uses its own cryptocurrency, Ether, also abbreviated as ETH. Ethereum is not just a platform, but also a complete programming language running on a blockchain, helping developers to build and publish distributed applications. Ethereum is a distributed public blockchain network. It is the second largest cryptocurrency platform behind Bitcoin. It is the first protocol to provide smart contract capability. We have understood in earlier chapters the construct of a block and a chain. Each new block and the chain as a whole must be agreed upon by every node in the network. This is so everyone has the same data. For this to work, blockchains need a consensus mechanism. Ethereum currently uses a proof of work consensus mechanism. This means that anyone who wants to add new blocks to the chain must solve a difficult puzzle. Solving the puzzle proves that you have spent the computational resources. Doing this is known as mining. Mining can be trial and error, but adding a block successfully is rewarded in ethers. Important to note that the version of Ethereum that uses POW is Ethereum 1.0. A newer version, Ethereum 2.0, is already released that uses proof of stake as the consensus mechanism. It may take anywhere close to 3 years, that is until 2024, for Ethereum 2.0 to be adopted at levels where Ethereum 1.0 is today. New blocks are broadcast to the nodes in the network, checked and verified, updating the state of everyone. In the Ethereum universe, this is a single canonical computer called the Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM, whose state everyone on the Ethereum network agrees on. Everyone who participates in the Ethereum network, which is every Ethereum node, keeps a copy of the state of this computer. Additionally, any participant can broadcast a request for this computer to perform arbitrary computations. Whenever such a request is broadcast, other participants on the network verify, validate, and carry out or execute the computation. This causes a state change in the EVM, which is committed and propagated throughout the entire network. Requests for computation are called transaction requests. The record of all transactions as well as the EVM's present state is stored in the blockchain, which in turn is stored and agreed upon by all nodes. Cryptographic mechanisms ensure that once transactions are verified as valid and added to the blockchain, they cannot be tampered with later. The same mechanisms also ensure that all transactions are signed and executed with appropriate permissions. Let us look at what is Ether. The purpose of Ether, the cryptocurrency in Ethereum, is to allow for the existence of a market for computation. Such a market provides an economic incentive for participants to verify and execute transaction requests and to provide computational resources to the network. Any participant who broadcasts a transaction request must also offer some amount of Ether to the network as a bounty or a fee or an incentive to be awarded to whoever eventually does the work of verifying the transaction, executing it, committing it to the blockchain, and broadcasting it to the network. The amount of Ether paid is a function of the length of the computation. This also prevents malicious participants from intentionally clogging the network by requesting execution of infinite loops or resource-intense scripts, as these actors will be continually charged. Let us now look at the genesis of Ethereum. Ethereum was initially described in a white paper by Vitalik, a programmer and co-founder of Bitcoin magazine, in late 2013 with the goal of building decentralized applications or dApps that were not available in Bitcoin. Vitalik had argued that Bitcoin needed a scripting language for application development. Failing to gain agreement, he proposed the development of a new platform with a more general scripting language. So if you thought that Ethereum might have born out of Bitcoin, then that is correct. Remember, Bitcoin code is open source and is available to any individual or group to download from GitHub and create their own network. Ethereum is the outcome of one such initiative. Vitalik picked the name Ethereum because of the fact that it sounded nice and it had the word ether, referring to the hypothetical invisible medium that permeates the universe and allows light to travel. Right at the inception of the project, it was decided that the project would proceed as a non-profit. Formal development of the Ethereum software project began in early 2014 through a Swiss company, Ethereum Switzerland GmbH, also known as ETHSwiss. The basic idea of putting executable smart contracts in the blockchain needed to be specified before the software could be implemented. In March 2017, various blockchain startups, research groups, and Fortune 500 companies announced the creation of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, also abbreviated as EEA, with 30 founding members. By May 2017, the non-profit organization had 116 enterprise members, including Consensus, CME Group, Cornell University's Research Group, Toyota Research Institute, Samsung SDS, Microsoft, Intel, JP Morgan, Kohli LLP, Merck, DTCC, Deloitte, Accenture,